Family, friends, even those who never met 70-year-old Wallace Broadnax attended a visitation for the 1993 Indiana Basketball Hall of Famer in Gary tonight, who was shot and killed last weekend.
And WGN's Mike Lowe is in Gary tonight with more on the man affectionately known as Wally Gator. Hi, Mike.
Ryan Gaynor, the legend is that he earned that nickname because his hands were so big that he could palm a basketball with the ferocious grip of an alligator. He certainly left an impact on this city that he held so dear.
He was definitely a strong person.
Wallace Broadnax was a fixture in Gary.
He was kind of unflappable.
A pillar of strength the community could lean on.
It's a perfect example of a pillar.
But the 70-year-old always seemed to be leaning in, showing his affection for those he loved.
He's the most important man to me in my life. I loved him with all my heart.
Outside of his visitation today in Gary, Broadnax's 22-year-old granddaughter recalled a loving and generous presence whose kindness was often seen in the kitchen.
Growing up, he would take all the leftover Halloween candy and we would make root beer floats. We'd make our own barbecue sauce together.
He was an avid gardener known to fill baskets of vegetables and hand deliver them to friends. The former standout basketball player understood that life is a team game and everybody needs an assist once in a while.
You just saw some women walk by with T-shirts from that year. I mean, they talk about it. They still talk about it.
He was a shooting guard on Roosevelt High School's 1968 state championship team, a barrier-breaking squad that became the first all-black team from Northwest Indiana to win the title, forever securing him a cherished place in city lore.
Gary Roosevelt's won a couple other state championships since then, but they still talk about that one because it was the first.
He was inducted into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame in 1993. He served as a Gary firefighter and medic for 25 years at Station Number 9, from where a number of firefighters came to pay their respects.
As a firefighter, he served for so long for the city of Gary. He worked with youth. He played basketball.
At his visitation tonight, he was mourned by friends, family, and fellow first responders.
The way he passed away was just a tragedy.
A life of meaning taken in an act of senseless violence. He was shot and killed at this gas station in an armed robbery last weekend. His family and friends described his quiet but commanding presence.
He was just very humble, selfless, I would say.
While his friends and family are releasing their grief, they're still holding on and leaning on a community pillar.
If we're lucky, we will honor his life by making ourselves more available to other people, because that's really what he did.
And friends and family wanted to make one more point very clear tonight, that this proud son and public servant of the city of Gary would want to praise the Gary Police Department, who arrested the two suspects in his murder within one day. Reporting live tonight in Gary, Mike Lowe, WGN News.
Amazing life, well lived, ended so tragically. Mike, thank you for that piece.